Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking a really fascinating journey into something new.
Absolutely.
It's TATANKA's Fluor, just released July 17th, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And you've sent us some amazing material on this. What's really striking, right off the bat, is this isn't just, an album in the traditional sense.
No, not at all.
It's being called a flow, a vibrational healing ritual. Some are even calling it a sonic rite of return.
Powerful descriptions.
Definitely. So our mission today is to really unpack how Fluor uses sound, how it creates this idea of a sanctuary for healing, for recalibration, especially now in our, pretty busy world.
Yeah.
We're going to look at three things that seem really key. First, the specific love frequency it uses.
The 528 hertz.
Exactly. Then its connection to ancient tribal rhythms, feminine energies too.
Deep roots there.
And maybe the most surprising part, its co-creation with artificial intelligence.
That's definitely turning heads.
So yeah, we're ready to dive in.
Great. It's a project just packed with intention, really. At its heart, Fluor is, it's designed to help with emotional recalibration,
Okay.
spiritual alignment, even rhythmic release. It's trying to guide listeners back to, more natural rhythms, what they call tribal memory.
Tribal memory. Interesting phrase.
Isn't it? And the name itself, Fluor, it's Portuguese.
Means to flow.
Exactly, to flow. And that really captures the philosophy. Non-resistance, a return to organic movement, connection.
I like that.
So yeah, this deep dive will explore how all these unique layers kind of weave together to make this, this really intentional experience.
Okay, building on that idea of intentionality, let's really get into the core of Fluor, this 528 hertz frequency.
Right.
The love frequency, the miracle tone. What's the actual sonic architecture here? What has TATANKA built around it? And what are the claimed effects?
Well, the precision is really something. The whole project, Fluor, it's tuned so that A is approximately 444 hertz.
Not 440.
Exactly. It's often called Verdi's A, and it's a very conscious choice, moving away from the modern standard A440 hertz.
Why that specific frequency?
It's associated with various healing music traditions, and when you tune A to 444 hertz, the note C resonates precisely at 528 hertz.
Okay. So that's how they guarantee the 528.
That's right. Specifically C5 in the solfeggio tuning system, and this isn't just like a technical footnote. It's about shifting the whole vibrational standard. The belief is it fosters a deeper internal harmony.
Harmony, okay. But the claims go further, right? Cellular regeneration, DNA repair.
Yes, those are some of the reported benefits. Also things like emotional clarity, reduced anxiety, even enhanced intuition. Heart-brain coherence is another term often used.
Those are really powerful claims. DNA repair, enhanced intuition.
How does TATANKA connect those, scientific-sounding benefits with the more, maybe, spiritual side of the miracle tone? Is there a specific history or lineage behind that link?
Yeah, it's definitely rooted in this idea that, throughout history, music wasn't just entertainment. It was often seen as medicine. Right, sound healing traditions.
Exactly. So their approach seems to view 528 hertz not just as a frequency number, but as a conscious active resistance against dissonance and disconnection.
Resistance.
Interesting way to put it.
Yeah, like using sound actively to bring the body and mind back into a state of coherence. And it's not just the frequency. Every track keeps a steady 70 beats per minute.
70 BPM, consistent across the board.
Consistent. And that speed, 70 BPM, falls right in what's sometimes called the sweet spot for theta brainwave entrainment.
Theta waves, that's the meditative state, right?
Kind of. That range, roughly 66, 72 BPM, it's known for fostering what they describe as spiritual flow and calm presence.
Okay, so frequency and tempo are working together.
Definitely. And compositionally, too. They primarily use the key of C, but they explore different modes within C, like Aeolian, Dorian, Mixolydian.
Musical modes. Okay, how does that play in? Well, these aren't just random choices. These modes inherently evoke different emotional landscapes. So the music might move from something really introspective, almost mystical, to sounds that feel much more hopeful and expansive.
A journey within the key.
Precisely. And they also use binaural aspects.
Binaural beats, where different tones in each ear create a third one in your head.
Exactly that. It's a subtle illusion designed to gently guide your mental state. That, plus other subtle frequency layering, it all encourages a full-body kind of listening.
So not just hearing it, but feeling it.
Yeah, listening with your skin, your heart, your breath, as they put it.
So, okay, this isn't just background music then, not something you just put on while you work. It sounds like it's designed to be an active recalibration, Almost like hitting a reset button for your inner tempo, your emotional state.
That seems to be the core intention, yes, an active tool. But
It sounds maybe a bit intense, almost overwhelming in its purposefulness. How does 𝗬𝗏 make that feel, well, enjoyable, not like a chore?
that's a great point. I think it's the balance they strike. While it is deeply intentional, the actual soundscape is crafted to be really immersive, fluid. It allows you to sort of surrender to it rather than feeling like you're actively undergoing some kind of treatment.
Oh.
The enjoyment seems to come from that sense of release, that feeling of returning to something more natural within yourself.
Makes sense. The flow itself becomes the pleasure.
Exactly.
Okay, but the magic here isn't just these precise frequencies and tempos, is it? It also pulses with something older. Tell us about this global tribal tapestry and the feminine energy you mentioned woven throughout.
Right. This is where it gets really layered.
Yeah.
𝗬𝗏 draws heavily from what they call a global tribal tapestry. You hear elements of Afro-Brazilian genres, candomblé percussion, samba, maracatu. Even organic house finds its way in.
Wow, quite a mix.
It is. But crucially, these aren't just, stylistic sprinkles. They're chosen for their ritual function.
The ritual function meaning?
Meaning each beat, each rhythm is seen as a kind of drum of remembrance. It's about honoring indigenous musical roots, not just as music, but as sacred technologies.
Sacred technologies? For what?
For embodiment, for presence, for planetary alignment is how they frame it, bringing you back into your body, into the now, into connection with the earth.
And the sound itself reflects that.
Very much so. The physicality is key. Deep bass lines, you hear lots of wooden drums, whispered chants, natural field recordings. It's all designed to ground you, to put you in touch with the tactile, the earthy.
Feel the rhythm in your bones kind of thing.
That's exactly the idea.
It really is about reconnecting to something primal then. Tapping into maybe a collective ancestral memory through sound.
That seems to be the aspiration, yes. And the tracks themselves are often guided by elemental themes: wind, water, fire, earth.
Ah, reinforcing that nature connection.
Right. And this connects directly to what's described as the sacred feminine archetype.
Okay, feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
How does that manifest in the music? What does that sound like?
It's described as being soft, but not passive-yielding, yet powerful, honoring qualities like multiplicity, nonlinearity. Things often pushed aside in more, say, masculine-dominant sonic structures.
So less about driving forward, maybe more about encompassing.
Perhaps. You can actually hear it in the structure. They have these dual-track spectrum. Yeah. So for each initial musical idea or prompt, they generated two interpretations. One might be softer, more introspective. The other, more dynamic, rhythmic.
Like two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. Honoring duality, complexity. Not as conflict, but as sacred mirrors, reflecting the balance in life itself.
That's quite profound.
It ties back to the core philosophy. This isn't meant to be escapist music. It's positioned as returning music.
Returning music, I like that phrase.
Yeah. It's a call to, quote, re-inhabit the sacred rhythms of life itself. Find a path back into movement, into body awareness, into resonance with something more organic, intuitive, ancient.
Returning music, that really does resonate. It makes you think how much we are out of sync sometimes, aren't we?
Very much so.
Just thinking out loud. What's one small way you think someone could start to re-inhabit those rhythms, maybe even before listening to 𝗬𝗏?
That's a great question. Honestly, it could be as simple as just consciously listening to the rhythm of your own breath for a minute, or tuning into the natural sounds around you, rain, wind, bird song, instead of blocking them out. 𝗬𝗏, in a way, just provides a really potent sonic environment to amplify and guide that process.
To focus space for it.
Exactly. A blueprint for what TATANKA is calling sound as sanctuary.
Okay. Now, let's get to the part that I think might genuinely surprise some listeners. The AI component.
Right. The artificial intelligence.
How is AI actually working as a co-creator here in 𝗬𝗏? And what does this whole Odd AI series from TATANKA really suggest about, well, the future of art?
It's fascinating. Within this Odd AI series, TATANKA is very deliberate in positioning AI not just as a tool, like, say, a synthesizer or a sampler,
But as a collaborator.
a genuine collaborator, yes.
Right.
Practically speaking, they used AI generative platforms. Refusion was mentioned, and this helped expand the project massively. It went from about 40 original human-created prompts or musical ideas to an 80-track immersive journey, because the AI interprets each of those initial musical seeds twice.
Ah, giving those dual tracks you mentioned earlier.
Precisely. Offering these alternate versions that embody different emotional tones. Just like, two different human musicians might play the same melody very differently.
Okay, but how? How does the AI interpret? Is it just random variation?
That's the revolutionary part. They claim the AI is taught to feel into the frequencies, themes, and spiritual goals of the music.
Taught to feel. How do you teach an AI to feel?
Well, through the prompts they give it. They aren't just technical instructions. They're described as richly detailed, poetic, and symbol-laden prompts, things like moonlit jungle path or tribal heartbeat.
So feeding it evocative language, not just musical notation.
Exactly. Guiding its interpretation through imagery and intention.
That sounds incredibly transformative. But I imagine for some people, the idea of AI being taught to feel, that might raise a few eyebrows.
Absolutely. It's a challenging concept.
How does TATANKA ensure this collaboration stays authentic? That it isn't just, really sophisticated automation dressed up as devotion?
That's the critical question, isn't it? The response seems to be in the results. The output is described as being hauntingly organic.
Organic from an AI.
Right. Which challenges our basic assumptions. It suggests that maybe when human vision and machine intelligence align in reverence, a new form of emotional expression is possible.
Reverence between human and machine.
Yeah. It's almost presented as proof that AI can carry not just data, but devotion.
Wow.
And this completely reframes AI's potential role in art, not as some kind of invader taking jobs or diluting creativity.
But as an amplifier.
A sacred amplifier is the term they use. The project seems to want to explicitly demonstrate that technology, if it's infused with spiritual intention, with ecological awareness, it can actually expand our humanity, not reduce it.
So the bigger picture is almost healing our relationship with technology itself.
That seems to be a major undercurrent, yes. Positioning AI not as a force of separation or fragmentation, but potentially as a bridge back to wholeness.
This really hits on such an important question for right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're just swimming in information, often feeling more fragmented, more disconnected than ever.
Constantly stimulated, yeah.
So 𝗬𝗏 seems to be proposing this, radical new relationship between soul and algorithm. Why is that fusion so important, do you think, for this specific cultural moment?
I think it's crucial precisely because we live in a world that feels increasingly out of sync, as you said, out of sync with nature, with ourselves, overloaded with digital noise, emotional fragmentation. 𝗬𝗏 offers a really potent counter-narrative. It's framed as a deliberate, conscious act of sonic resistance against all that dissonance and disconnection.
Fighting noise with intentional sound.
Exactly. And by showing that AI, when guided by spiritual intention, can actually amplify human expression, it directly pushes back against the common narrative of technology being inherently dehumanizing.
Flips the script a bit.
It really does. It suggests that maybe by aligning these seemingly opposite forces, ancient healing ways and cutting-edge AI, we can actually forge new paths toward restoration, toward reconnection, even within our hyper-stimulated lives.
Turning the digital into something potentially sacred.
That's the proposition, yeah. So when you pull it all together, 𝗬𝗏 by TATANKA really masterfully weaves these three big threads. You've got the specific healing frequency, the 528 hertz.
Right.
You have the deep connection to global cultural rituals, those tribal rhythms, the feminine energies.
The returning music aspect.
Exactly. And then this really innovative, maybe even provocative AI-human partnership.
The sacred amplifier.
Put them all together, and you get this incredibly powerful concept. Sound is sanctuary. It's really positioned as more than just music. It feels designed as a kind of vibrational rite of passage.
For that purpose.
For emotional recalibration, spiritual alignment, and rhythmic release, it really stands as this conscious, deliberate act of resistance against the noise, the disconnection, the digital overload, the emotional static of our times, a world often feeling deeply out of sync. Ultimately, I think 𝗬𝗏 carries a really profound message. Maybe the future of music isn't just to entertain us, but actually to help restore us.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening? 𝗬𝗏 really invites us to reconsider what music can be, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Not just, wallpaper sound, but an active participant in our well-being, in our relationship with the world, and maybe even our relationship with technology itself.
It opens up possibilities.
Definitely. And it leaves you with a thought, doesn't it? If sound can be a sanctuary, and if AI can carry devotion, what other apparently disparate forces in our own lives, our own worlds, might just be waiting for us to align them? could bring them together for deeper healing, deeper connection.
It's the invitation.
It is. So how might you integrate this idea of flow, of intentional sound, into your daily life to find your own sense of sanctuary? We invite you to explore that, to let go a bit, maybe tune into those deeper currents and just let it fluir.